What's up guys, Nathan here from GT4 Motorsports, Liela 981. Today I'm not racing, but rather I'm starting a new series of different automotive content. Basically all of us, we have various different cars and most of us work on our cars, rather it be new mods, cosmetic changes, or preparing for our next track day. Or in my case, I have some repairs I'd like to do. And basically we'd like to record that, vlog it, and just give us some more content aside from racing. So without further ado, here's the Cayman. She's seen better days, but essentially last October, right before Gingerman, I struck a raccoon right over here. And what ended up happening is it damaged the outer cover, plastic outer cover right here. So here's the old part. Cracked the thing in two, it bent the grille and destroyed one of the internal plastic frames. But I didn't let that stop the race, of course, so proceeded with the race. This thing was still held in place while I was driving, so I just ignored it until the winter, in which case around January when this car was in storage, took the bumper off, assessed the damage, and then I started looking for parts. Of course, this bumper is a replica GT4 bumper. So I contacted the aftermarket company, and sadly, they do not make parts for replacements. However, I did notice a bunch of other brands all selling the same bumper. It's all polypropylene. They all use the same stock images. So I reached out to some other brands. Unfortunately, same deal. No one has replacement parts, so it's kind of out of luck. So what I ended up doing is I took a gamble, went and ordered a Porsche OEM GT4 cover. And lucky me, fits perfectly. And here are the old parts. I just bent this grille back into shape, a little epoxy and super glue right here, and this thing's looking fine. All I have to do is reinstall the DRL and the headlight washer, and we should be all done with the repair. So these were just some leftover I found on the ground over there after I took the bumper off. I had to order more of these. So these clips, I don't really know what they're called, but I just asked some of the other Itasha guys at GT4. Someone was smart enough to use Google Lens. These are actually identical to the ones used in the BMW 3 Series for those bumpers, apparently. So found the part on eBay, and I've got the new BMW clips right here. It looks like they're about the same. Yes, they are. Lucky me. So I'll use these to complete the repair. Simply place this here. There's some divots in the frame that roughly fit with this, and you know, all this stuff bends. Alright, looks like that lines up at least. There we go. I do think this part is just broken off. The plastic is just chipped, so I couldn't really save that, but oh boy. Okay. Let's just close that off a little bit. Just to make sure these aren't going to fall off again. So here is the DRL. Probably still works. This frame, I forgot what this does, but I think it's one of the securing frames. Probably. Yeah. Hoping I'm not stealing screws that go somewhere else, but pretty sure I just stick this in here and then I clip it in. There it is. Alright. Alright, well, I'll be back. I'll throw this bumper on the car on another day. Alright, I'm back. Just going to reconnect the DRLs and the headlight washers, and then it should be good to put this thing back on. So this wire just needs to connect to that harness right there. Okay, maybe not. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. I think that needs one of these little C clamps. Let's try to push that in. Oh, there we go. Yep, that is secure. Okay. Take this here because it was a little leaky. There we go. I got a little on the cable, I think that's okay. Oh, there we go. Yep. They're on. Pretty bright. Yeah, I remember a couple zip ties being involved, so I'm just gonna zip tie this DRL wire to that washer fluid hose, since they're gonna be, I remember these two being snug. Okay, now for the hard part. To put the bumper back on the car. This guy's gonna get pushed in. Out through here. Oh. Okay, I got this side done and the pin is in. I had an issue here. Just gotta make sure that this thing is lined up properly here, and of course it'll look better once I get there are a couple screws there that hold that, clamp the bumper a little tighter there. Same on this side. Just want to make sure that this part is, there's nothing weird happening here and it's all lined up. Okay, one small thing to note, forgot, there are 2 different torque screws. I forget which one's which, but there's 6 of the big ones and 3 of the kind of small ones. They thread the same, but the 3 small ones should go up here because there's only 3 holes. And then the ones that go onto the sides, there are 3 on each side, so that should be the 6 bigger ones. Alright, kind of a tight fit here, but got these 3 Torx bits. First one is up here, and once that's done, and these 2. Of course, while you're doing this, don't forget to get your side marker wires there before you tighten everything. Okay, and to go underneath. So this is where my car is probably different. I have these 8mm bolts. They line up. Don't know if that's what. I think the kit came with something else. I think it was recommended maybe M6 bolts, but I don't know. I just use these. Okay, finally done. Got all the bolts in, sides, underneath, up here. The ones underneath aren't really grabbing onto anything, I think. The under tray holes are too big, so the bolts on the bumper are just, they're kind of just grabbing on to the edge of the hole. They're not really fastening to anything. So I'll double check when I get this car in the air for my oil change. But I think that's how it always was. Had some stupid issues with the wires for these guys being a little short, so I had to pull them. Alright, finally done. Got the headlights in, just tested everything, all the lights are working. Okay, I'm back. Couple updates. So I took this for a test drive after everything was fitted and encountered a slight technical issue. So while I was driving, I was going maybe 40 or so, and the under tray actually came loose. The front of the under tray, where it connects to the front of the bumper, came loose. It was catching air and it was dragging across the ground. I pulled over and I noticed it was dragging, so I found some zip ties I had in the back. Well, and then I also made an emergency stop to the nearest Meijer and tried to duct tape this to keep it as aero friendly as I can, but might be hard to see. But I've got, basically I just took some zip ties and connected it to the holes in lieu of the 8mm bolt that was there. Some of them are still on. This setup did last another hour of driving, and I was on the highway at some bits, so I think it'll hold. Didn't get any dragging. It's mostly the zip ties that are bearing the load. The duct tape is just so we're not catching too much air and it's not wobbling the under tray. So I'm thinking this should hold until I get this on a lift for my oil change, and I'll figure out a more permanent solution. Otherwise, that's really the only little thing that happened. Everything else is pretty secure, looks just as it did before. Alright, so that was the repair. If you've got a GT4 OEM or replica bumper, I hope this video was helpful for you. And we do have more content coming as we head into the summer and race season, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. Thanks.